Good morning, everyone. Happy Wednesday. Good morning, good morning. Good morning, everyone. Oh no, that's not good, Alyssa. What's up, everybody? Oh, darn, why did I say Wednesday? Oh my goodness. Y'all, that's hysterical. Hold up, let me see if I can change it. Well, everything says Wednesday. That's pretty funny. Oh my goodness. That's pretty gosh darn funny. Because everything now says Wednesday. Good morning. Like the video I posted. All the things. How funny is that? Good morning, everyone. Happy Tuesday, not Wednesday. In my life, my brain is operating it's Wednesday. I do not know why. Well, I overslept, for one. Traffic was horrendous this morning for, like, I don't know why. So I didn't, like, it just, yes, and I'm thinking it's Wednesday. I am. I'm living vicariously for Disney. Look how pretty. Look at that sunlight glistening through. Good morning. If you've never met before, my name's Corey. I'm a local here in Savannah. I've lived here 38 of my 44 years of life. We go live 7 mornings a week from about 8:30 Eastern Standard Time to about 10:30. I've lost 90 pounds in the process, and I just bring you guys along with me. I also have a YouTube. I have a Linktree link in my TikTok bio. Check it out if you have questions. Follow me over on YouTube where I post our full walks. I got to get caught up with that. Good morning, good morning. Yes, yesterday I finally got the subscription button. It's about 60 degrees here. Thanks for the follows, Jeremy and GN. And yeah, so we're moving. Yeah. Where's J-Rod? J-Rod's going to start throwing up that hurricane picture again. So yeah, if you've never followed me before, hit that follow button. We never know what we're going to see, who we're going to see, what we're going to experience. It's always something different each and every morning. Especially like, you know, I don't see, what's interesting, I'm not seeing any signs about that movie. It should be filming, but they're keeping that one real quiet, which is interesting. So if you're curious what movie I'm talking about, it's called May December. It's a rom-com. Stars Natalie Portman, Julianne Moore, and the kid from Riverdale. And we stumbled across filming one day. Got to see Natalie Portman. But since then, it's been oddly quiet in regards to the filming. But yes, if you didn't see, I finally got the subscription star yesterday. Look at the cute pumpkins. That is the Lowe house for Juliet Gordon Lowe, Andrew Lowe. That is where they lived. And then when Juliet Gordon Lowe died, she left it to the Girl Scouts of America. Did not get to see Ron Howard. I've seen pictures that were posted. They pretty much moved him in the back. And then he spoke and then he was gone. So it was a very quick. Now, today, Miles Teller is supposed. So the Lowe house is right there. If you have ever eaten a Girl Scout cookie, known a Girl Scout, that is the house that is symbolic with the Girl Scouts. So Andrew Lowe, Juliet Gordon Lowe. So each morning we walk. We never know where. I am a local. See, I'm on my way there right now, Trey. I'm sad you went walking way early. No. Itching to see Blanche. But anyway, so the movie that's filming, I mean, it's been real quiet. No. So the SCAD Savannah Film Festival is going on right now. SCAD is Savannah College of Art and Design. So you bought tickets to these speeches, these film festival speeches. They cost a pretty penny too. So it's whoever got the ticket. No, I fully support Girl Scouts. But tonight, Miles Teller, so if you've seen the new Top Gun movie, he's speaking at 6:00. Oh, fun. It is oddly quiet this morning. It is a beautiful city. Catch the view right now. It was weird because it's super quiet out and about, but parking was kind of odd this morning. So that was kind of weird. Like it was way more people-y parking than normal. Yeah, so if you've never followed me before, hit that follow. Come along. So this house is pretty symbolic if you've never followed my live. General Sherman stayed here. On January 12th, 1865, the U.S. Secretary and Sherman met here at this home. It was owned by Charles Green, another famous person of Savannah, with 20 leaders from Savannah's African-American churches, including Garrison Frazier, Ulysses L. Houston, and William Campbell. The meeting resulted in Sherman's issue of Special Field Order No. 15, which encouraged enlistment of freedom and also reserved coastal lands from Charleston south to Florida's St. John Rivers for settlements by freed families in 40-acre tracts. The Freedmen's Bureau Act of March 1865 formalized government aid to free slaves. So this is the Meldrum Greenhouse. When built, it only cost about $90,000, which now doesn't sound like a whole bunch. In the 1800s, it was. Thanks for the follows. It's super pretty. I love the garden too. Yeah, so Miles Teller speaking tonight. It would be exciting to see him. No. That house is called the Meldrum Greenhouse. There is a house called the Pink House. Not the Pinkerton. But there is a house called the Pink House. Yes. Yeah, so a lot of our old historic homes you can actually tour. They do have a fee with them associated. Each house is different. Yeah, no problem. Like I said, tap that screen if you've never followed me before. We do go walking each and every day, different places. You don't ever really know where we'll end up, what we'll be doing, who we might see, all the fun things. We don't have a Wilkerson's. We have a Wilt's house. Yes, I have eaten there. Have fun, Trey. Yeah, we don't have a Wilkerson's. It's called the Wilkes House. So you may be confused with locations. Best lunch spot. I will tell you my favorite is going to be Trailer Park Hitch. It's super yummy. So here's Jones Street. We're crossing over, keeping up with the Joneses. Voted one of the prettiest streets in all of America. Oh, of course, Kim. Kim gonna throw up the emoji. So, the Eliza Thomas house is a bed and breakfast that you can stay in. It's been there for a little while. Yep. On Liberty. Yep, you are correct. It was a gift. Savannah was a gift to Lincoln. Sherman read the Emancipation Proclamation from one of our churches. How cute is this? Yes, I don't usually peek in people's backyards, but look at this. How cute. Look. People know. You set your backyard up like this, people are going to stare. How cute. Oh, that is so cute. Yeah, that was beautiful. Look in the window. Savannah has so much rich history. Like, it is amazing when you talk about all the history of Savannah. Oh yeah, if you're going to set your garden up or your backyard up like that, you know good and well people walking by are going to gawk and stare, right? Like, if you've never followed me before though, good morning. My name's Corey. I'm a local to Savannah. I've lived here 38 of my 44 years of life. I go live 7 mornings a week here in Savannah. Look at the little teepees and tombs. Left education in December 2020 at my most unhealthiest weight, well over 300 pounds. I'm down over 90 pounds now. And we go live every day, twice a day. Favorite barbecue place? There's not a lot of barbecue places I really, really like here. I'm not a big barbecue fan either. Thank you. So yeah, if you've never followed, hit the follow button. Come along on our adventures each and every day so the Wilkes house, which everyone always asks about, is right here under this American flag. It's on Jones Street. You got One Fish, Two Fish, which is a shop here. Welcome, Tammy. They will line up to the ends of the sidewalk before it opens each day at 11. It's located right here at 107 Jones Street. I personally prefer Lady and Sons more, but that's just my opinion. Oh, that's cool, Casey. Paula Dean lives on Wilmington Island. We have driven by her house before. I grew up down there. Grew up with her. Like, grew up kind of knowing her as Miss Paula, not Paula Dean. Thanks for the follow. Wilkes House is a restaurant, family style, Southern food. I always love this right here. Good morning, good morning. This is another one. I feel like sometimes people do their backyards because they know people are going to look. Thanks for the follows. But yeah, I do go live 7 days a week. Finally got the little subscription button, which was super exciting yesterday. So I'm working on learning how to navigate that. Good morning.
Morning, how are you?
Oh, you are a cutie. Oh, that's fun. You too. Good morning. So Savannah is known for certain things. One is SCAD, Savannah College of Art and Design. Big art school, draws kids from all over. Pirate's House, yes. Oldest building in Savannah. But SCAD, Savannah College of Art and Design, is located all over historic Savannah. Yep. I prefer Lady and Sons over Mrs. Wilkes. That's just my personal opinion. But I know people who are hard pressed that are like Mrs. Wilkes is better. So here's one of the SCAD buildings. SCAD is spread out all over historic Savannah. We have 22 squares here. Oh, yay. And like I said, to each its own. See, I think Mrs. Wilkes is way too salty. Look at the pretty flowers, the azaleas. So there's 22 squares here in Savannah. We originally had 24. 2 of them got demoed. There is room for both restaurants, I agree. Thanks for the roses. So, did you know that the Spanish moss isn't actually moss? It is created based on the climate and the weather and is a family member or cousin of the pineapple. You know I gotta dive behind the bushes. If you know, you know. It's fun to walk around and look at the dates of these homes. Like this house right here was built in 1853. Yep. Nope, because I know where Forrest is. And he ain't here. Good morning, good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, how are you?
Good.
He came sprinting from his bedroom into the bathroom all the way to me.
Yes, you don't touch the moss. You will get red bugs, aka chiggers. So if you don't, yes, if you do not know the story of the Forrest Gump bench, it is not in Chippewa Square. It is not in the Savannah History Museum, which is what all tours will tell you. The bench that's, the bench, hey Andy, the bench that is in the Savannah Historical Society Museum is actually a replica was never used in the filming. It sits behind a red rope. And it was never one of the benches used. They just tell you that so that you will pay the $10 to $12. Somebody told me it was up to $15. That you'll pay the money to go to the museum. Good morning. There were 4 benches used in the filming. Tom Hanks has one. Smithsonian has one. Hollywood Theater has one. We had one. But there's a lot of stories as to where that bench went. Some say a stagehand took it. Like a prop person. They said, hey, take whatever props you want. Some say a tourist drove by and stole it. Some say a local has it in their house. Nobody really knows. But the city, because there was such attention to this bench in this movie in the 90s, the city actually made a replica. And the replica sat there. And if you came to Savannah anytime after the filming, a replica sat there for quite a while. But people became so obsessed with this. They would sit there, they would break off pieces, they would cause chaos. Good morning. Nope, there is not. And so the city did away with it. Yeah, and if you look at the movie and you look at our normal benches, 2 different things. There is no Forrest Gump bench in Savannah. Every tour you go on will tell you to go to the Savannah History Museum because that's where it sits. That is not true. There is a replica. I go through my own tours at cemeteries. So if you've never followed me before, I am a local. You will hear me often debunk some of the ghost tales. I always tell people, when people ask me about ghost tours, I always say the same thing. The ghost tours are entertainment. Half of the stories they tell you are lies. The other half are entertainment lies. So they take the history and they misconstrue it a little bit and make up some crazy story about a ghost living there. Good morning. Always do. So some of the houses have no ghosts that live there, but yet every tour goes by there. Yes. This is another one of my favorite homes. We're just looking at different pretty houses today. I love the stairwell. I always say late March, April, there is not a ghost tour I would recommend. If you're going for entertainment, take any of them. That's the whole thing about the ghost tours. They're entertainment. They're not truth. I know, isn't that pretty? Forsyth Park. Good morning. Thanks for the follows this morning, guys. Yeah, if you've never followed me before, hit that follow button. I do go live 7 days a week, twice a day. I am not a tour guide of Savannah. I'm just a local of Savannah who loves her town. I've lived here 38 of my 44 years of life. I bring you guys along because my main thing, I didn't say I don't believe in ghosts. What I don't believe in, after doing deep history dives and learning the history of a lot of these homes, the tourist industry fabricates stories about the homes because they want to make money. I go live at 8:30. So that's why. Yep, 8:30 a.m. and then about 5:30. Hello, hello. Yes, we do have a booming St. Patrick's Day festivities here. And you have to understand, a lot of these houses, they drive you by and they tell you stories. And they say, this ghost lives here, this ghost lives here, yada, yada, yada. If you research that house, first of all, they are often owned homes by locals who live there full time. And people become so, this is Forsyth Park in Savannah, Georgia. People become so enthralled by these, quote, ghost stories. What they do is they actually go, check out this. How pretty is that? Yeah, exactly. So what happens is they end up giving these tours, and then afterwards people are so enthralled by certain, quote, ghost stories. They go to these people's houses. They take flashlights, flash it into people's houses and everything. So these locals are like, hey, hold up, do research. There's no story that's true. 432 is prime example. 432 is probably the most annoying story in Savannah because they tell you this dark story that never existed about the family. So like anytime you go by 432 Abercorn and they tell you, oh, it's super haunted, the man tied his daughter to a chair, she unalive, blah, blah. It's not true. That family, the dad went on to live a healthy life. The two daughters grew up, both got married. Yeah, if you do a tour here in Savannah, a ghost tour, every tour goes by. And they all show you the same thing and tell you the same story. Good morning. That is something they do tell you, that the squares without moss are the more haunted squares. Take it for what it's worth. Yep. It is one that goes by. You got Forsyth Park Inn right here. Another bed and breakfast. This is Forsyth Park. It is super pretty here. The houses are awesome. They've been doing a redo and a reno of this house for a while. Get a better view. Yeah, they've been redoing this house for quite some time. It's so pretty. It's for sale too. Nope, I don't see anything. I mean, personally, I don't think there are really any. I think people make a dollar off of it. It's not that I don't believe in the ghost. I think that Savannah has a dark history, and because of that dark history, companies, because a lot of the tour guide companies here are not even locals. And so because of that, in my opinion, they have constructed a script to cater to a lot of people. This is the blind garden. This garden was built for the blind and visually impaired. It's usually very pretty. The roses are usually full bloomed. Yeah, and that's my thing. I have people all the time send me pictures. Yeah, Bonaventure is beautiful. So, you've got 4 historical. Oh, these are blooming. That's interesting. These usually only bloom in the spring. We're supposed to have 80. No, there's not. We have a homeless population just like any other metropolitan city would. So Savannah is a city built on its dead. It is built on its dead because of the historical events that happened. Yes, some of those that it was buried on are Indian reservations. My grandfather was full-blood Cherokee Indian. So I don't know, because they're not bloomed. It's interesting. But yeah, so that's my thing about the whole ideas of the hauntings. Oh no, we're gonna have 80-degree weather here. So Forsyth Park was built in the 1840s. So before then, cemeteries served as parks. We'll talk about that in just a minute. So William Brown Hodgkin conceived this idea of having this massive park. It was named after one of the governors of Georgia, John Forsyth. It is beautiful here. Anyway, so they created the original landscape, and in the early 1850s, improvements to the park took away some of the pines so that there was actually walkways. They put paintings, benches, iron rod fences all around. And then 1854, the fountain that we're about to go look at and the walks were added, like these type of walkways. It was originally created for a military parade ground. The 21-acre park extension was added in 1867, and the forts were built in 1909. Were used, like these areas were used for training for World War I. Thanks for the follows. Have fun, Tina. Oh, let's look. Oh, this is cool. I haven't seen this. So if you're curious, there is a little sign that tells you kind of the layout of all the flowers, and then it tells you what kind of flowers they are. So if you're curious to know, it'll tell you. So based on the map, got some streets that way. So here's the fountain. So I'm looking at 26. That was Umas Parvola Burgundy. Yeah, it's kind of standing off to the side. You wouldn't really see it, but you can figure out what the flowers are around. Bye, let's have a good day. All the different common names and flowers. That's kind of cool. So they tell you the botanical name and then the common name. So 23 is green ash. It's kind of cool. Have a good day too, y'all. They're going. So anyway, yeah, and I'm not, here's the thing. People come to be entertained. But when you take people's personal homes and you're holding flashlights in the window because you so want to see a quote ghost, that's frustrating. If you've never followed me before, hello. My name's Corey. I'm a local to Savannah. I go live 7 mornings a week and 7 evenings a week. So we're coming up on the fountain. It is a stunning fountain. It is a replica of a fountain in Paris, France. I always tell people they were ordered out of the same mail order catalog. The trees are absolutely incredible. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? I know, right? I was a teacher for 15 years, left education in December 2020 at my most unhealthiest weight and life in general. When I left education, I was well over 300 pounds. And so, yeah, I was well over 300 pounds. My mental, physical, and emotional health were wrecked. And I left. Best decision I ever made. I always tell people this, and let's have a seat and look at the fountain for a few minutes so I can rest my arm. This gimbal has some weight to it. Okay, so let's talk. See if we see a rainbow. Isn't it pretty? I love sitting at the fountain. All right. I know you're loving these new emojis. Anyway, so if you've never followed me before, hello. My name's Corey. Let me flip it around. Introduce myself. Hello. So my name's Corey, also dearly being known as A Day in the Life of Corey. I am a local from Savannah. Lived here 38 of my 44 years. So I know Savannah. I go live each and every day. I bring you guys along with me. We talk, we walk, I've lost 90 pounds in the process. It has been an amazing journey that I bring you guys on all the time. And, you know, I'm so grateful for the opportunity. When I started, so my one and only child went to college in August. When I started this journey, I had no idea that people would be so enthralled. Oh, thank you. And never had any idea that people would just come every day. And so it's turned in, I'm not a tour guide for Savannah. I am not a ghost hunter of Savannah. I'm just one of the few people that goes live 7 mornings a week on my morning walk. The main priority of my morning walks is to lose weight. First and foremost, that's what I do. And I bring you guys, and we've started this movement where I bring you guys along, and some of you walk while I walk. Some of you have started doing exercise because of my journey, and it's just a lot of fun. So if you've never followed me before, hit that follow button, because like I said, it's always an experience. I never know what we're going to see, do. It's completely unscripted as we walk around. I never walk the same path more than once. I go different routes. Yes, we go to the same areas, but it's always a different experience. They do make a lot of movies here in Savannah. Savannah has become quite the tourist industry for movies, because in Georgia, if you film here, you get a tax break in Georgia. So we are known. The two that kind of started the catapult of it were Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil, and then you had Forrest Gump. Those two filmed in '94, and it put Savannah on the map like never before. SCAD in their big film festival, it's the 25th anniversary of the film festival. That started after Midnight at the Garden of Good and Evil and Forrest Gump filmed. This is the 25th anniversary of that. Stratton Leopold, who reopened Leopold's, is a big Hollywood producer. So he has recruited a ton of movies here. Then what happens is when the celebrities come, good morning. When the celebrities come, they fall in love with Savannah. And it becomes this just place they love. And what happens is they end up buying homes here. So for instance, Ben Affleck has a home here. He filmed Forces of Nature here. He's also great friends with Stratton Leopold, who owns Leopold's. It was funny. We were there. If you go on Leopold's website, on their Facebook page, there's a new interview. Thanks, J-Rod. There's a new interview up about Stratton Leopold, and I'm in it. I was interviewed because Mr. Stratton and I love him. He gives me a hug every time I go in, and he is responsible for a ton of the filming that takes place here. But he was telling me it was the week after Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez's wedding. So we're standing there talking, and I said, Mr. Stratton, did you go to the wedding? And he's like, no, but let me tell you what happened. So apparently the Friday before the wedding, Entertainment Tonight called to interview him because he's known Ben and Jen for so long. And he was like, I want to make sure. Oh, you have to. Oh, good luck on the interview. But anyway, so he's like, I had to call Ben to make sure I said the right thing. Stratton Leopold. He is one person. Stratton Leopold owns Leopold's Ice Cream. His dad and uncles opened it in the late 1800s, and then it closed, and he reopened it, and now it's just an amazing place. If you look up Leopold's Ice Cream on Facebook, you'll see the website. Yep, it was such a good interview. So anyway, it was kind of funny. But he was telling me all this. He's like, so I had to call Ben and make sure I said the right things to Entertainment Tonight because I didn't want to say the wrong things. And I'm like, wow. But that's what happens. Like Adam Sandler has a place here. Thanks, J-Rod. Ben Affleck has a place here. Sandra Bullock had a place here until recently, but now she's put it up. It recently sold for a whole lot of money. The whole thing was a great interview. They did a great job of it. So yeah, celebrities come, they live here, they buy a house here, and they come here all the time. So if you've never followed me, it's always an adventure. So let's keep on moving. Oh yeah, many a times. Oh, now see, they're jamming. They got some Michael Jackson jamming. I might have to break it down. So, Tina, some of their homes are gated. I've taken y'all before by Paula Dean's. I've taken you by Sandra Bullock's house. Ben Affleck's house is not obtainable to the normal person. The story of Alice is true. Yes. Those steps are scary. So the story of what happened to her is true, yes. Oh no, it's Mafia Lady. We're about to pass and she's talking. It's Mafia. Mafia Lady? Good morning. Good morning. They work. Yep, she spoke to me. She's singing. So, Mafia Lady is this lady that this group has cheerfully given her that name because you never know what she's going to say. We can't figure out. She's not homeless because she always has a new outfit on every day. She goes around and very intensely chants things. Today she's in a good mood. She's singing. One day, the reason she got her name Mafia Lady is we were walking and she came up behind me and I was like, uh-oh. And she saw the police and she's like, they're the mafia. She's very cheerful today. She would say good morning to me. So anyway, Ben and Jen were here recently because they got married here. So here's the thing about celebrities, like Ty Pennington from the Home Improvement shows. He has a house here. But here's the thing. Do I know where all the houses are? Yes. You learn very quickly. If their house is not gated, I will not show you their home. If they're gated, that gives them a layer of security. A lot of them have historic homes down here, and they're not gated. So I will not show you their homes. This is the mansion at Forsyth. So right there, the first part of the mansion at Forsyth was a home. It then turned into a mortuary, and then it now is a restaurant. So then Richard Kessler, who we all know, Richard Kessler, my favorite house, he built the mansion at Forsyth right there. It's amazing how the architect made it look so much like the original building. It is a hotel right there, and then a restaurant. This is Savannah, Georgia. If you have never followed me, hit that follow button. Yeah, we have a great relationship. He just doesn't know it exists. I'll show you Kessler's house in a few minutes. So again, I have gone by numerous homes many a time. When I do, if they are gated, I show you. If they're not, I won't. So again, this is the original home. It's now a restaurant. It was a mortuary at one point. And then this is the hotel that Kessler built. He recently sold it for $14.5 million. Awesome. Oh, that's cool. So yeah, so my thing is, I will not take you by a home of a celebrity if it's not gated, and because they're locals here. So again, good morning. My name's Corey. I'm a local here. Lived here 38 of my 44 years of life. We go live 7 mornings a week. So this was the original house, and they literally built all of this. It's rather cool. Look at that chandelier. We're gonna see if this door is unlocked so we can go in. Look at the chandelier. And I'll show you the hats. Oh. Yeah, I mean, they're locals here, so one of the they're locals here. So one of the coolest things about the mansion of Forsyth is the hat collection. Richard Kessler paid this lady $10,000 to put her hat collection on display. Crap, I don't have service. All right, so Richard Kessler met this lady. She had all of these amazing historical hats. He paid the lady $10,000 to have the hats on display. The lady is still alive, and she has more hats to donate, apparently. You can look this up online. It's called 100 Years of Ladies' Hats, and there's all kind of history about them. But there's 2 cases of hats. I'm a local. I came through. We're at the mansion, and this is usually when people are famous. This is where they're going to stay 9 times out of 10. And so I didn't even try to come through the front door. They had the side door unlocked, so I came through the side door. This is a hotel, so I didn't even try to come through the front door. They had the side door unlocked, so I came through the side door. This is a hotel. They just have all these amazing hats on display. 100 years of hats. Yep. Yeah, I came through the side door. I figured if it were locked, I'm good. Good morning. Not at this place. Well, depending on the level of famous people, like Jamie Lee Curtis stayed here while she was filming the last Halloween movie. I don't think they will. I think there's such a story to them. I don't think they will. But yeah. So the new owner is going to do a whole reno. You did, Holly. Yep, the star appeared last night, so I'm finally official. Can somebody tell her to go out and come back in? Because I'm showing green. What is what name? This hotel is the mansion at Forsyth. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you, guys. Yeah, so the new owners are going to enlarge like the pool area. They're going to add balconies. So Jamie Lee Curtis, when she was filming parts of the Halloween Ends movie, that's where she stayed. So again, if we've never met, my name's Corey. I'm a local to Savannah. We go on morning walks 7 days a week, and I bring you guys along with me. So if we've never been friends, let's be friends. Nope. This is Drayton Street, That is Forsyth Park right here. I'm stuck. So typically there will be areas that I lag in. I'm aware that I'm lagging because it's going to give me a red dot. At that point, there's not much I can do about it. Just sit tight and usually it fixes itself. Good morning, good morning. So yeah, we hit 14,000 Sunday after almost an all-day marathon streaming event. I am heading Monday to Disney. So I'll be at Disney Monday through Thursday. I will stream. Yeah, they're not bad. The prices aren't bad at that hotel. Here's our original hospital. Has the oldest oak tree in Savannah. So this hospital is owned by SCAD now. The way it was used is your Confederate soldiers were treated in the hospital. Your Union soldiers were treated back there. About 150,000. So I always tell people, if you're looking at moving to Savannah, you need to come and check it out first. Why? Because Savannah is very, very complex and it's very laid out. So come rent, see what areas you like. So you will see these throughout, these little stepping stones throughout Savannah. What they were used for is back when there were horse carriages that would bring, people through and around town in the 1800s, ladies would be in these huge antebellum dresses. And so in the antebellum dresses, they had to climb up in the horse carriages somehow. So you'll see them throughout, and it was their stepping stones into the carriage. Oh yeah, I mean, the mansion at Forsyth's right here at Forsyth Park. It's beautiful. So 2 things Savannah offers are free shuttles that kind of drive you and drop you off on the main tourist side of Savannah. And then you have the free boat or the free ferry on River Street. No movie updates. Not seeing any signs or anything. We have gotten very fortunate that we saw that production that day and got to see Natalie and everything, because they've gone uber silent since. So this oak tree took root in the 1700s. Look at it. It is massive. That's why it's gated, because it has such history. Yep, you'll see them throughout Savannah. They're all over. So if you've never hit that follow button before, hit the follow button. Come along on our adventure. If you're in Savannah, feel free to say hello. It's always fun when y'all say hello to me. And they're like, hey, I watch. Yeah, but Jackson, you know what? They're not updating about this movie like they should. So the last update for this movie said they were filming Monday through Friday. That's not true. They were filming over the weekend. I had confirmation of that. So it's almost like they're detouring people from coming to see the filming. And it could be because of the cast. I do. So if you go to my Linktree link, if you click on my name up top in TikTok, there's a Linktree link. That is going to give you my Instagram, my YouTube, all are a day in the life of Corey, the same exact as my TikTok. Yeah. I mean, it's costly. Hi. So right here is the Oglethorpe Club, or the Gentlemen's Club, created back in the late 1700s, 1800s. It is now a who's club. You have to be invited. It is called the Oglethorpe Club. If you attend there, if you have been invited to go there, you are going to be dressy. No. Look, Jackson, I've got some pretty solid intel. Yep. Oh, that's cool. They're being very intentional about the information that they are putting out about this movie. No, now everybody can kind of go, but you have to be invited. Yeah, so I always tell y'all, in Savannah, you're broken into a couple different categories. You are either old money, new money, or no money. Yep, it's called May December. Yeah. So the members are men. You can go if you're invited. So here's Richard Kessler's home. Hotel Gazillionaire. He owns the vast majority of hotels in Savannah. True there, Trey. Yep, it's called May December. So Richard Kessler lives here. Yes, this is a residential home. He has a whole lot of money. He owns half the houses or half the hotels here in Savannah. Like, for instance, with the filming, I say it's kind of interesting what they're posting lately and what they're not posting on the film site. The film site used to be very reliable. But for instance, and I had confirmation that this was accurate, that Anne Hathaway, Princess Diaries Anne Hathaway, she was filming in the house next door to Kessler's house for one night. She needed scenes for a movie that they're filming that's not being filmed in Savannah, and she needed filming for that house. And so they came, they filmed, they left. That was not listed anywhere. Apparently what they're doing now, that was not listed anywhere. Apparently what they're doing now, there's a light on in Kessler's house. I wonder if he's home. So again, if you've never followed me before, hit that follow button. Come along for our daily adventures. I do go live 7 mornings a week here in Savannah, and I bring you, well, the problem with that racer is you can't get to his door. It's gated. Let's go look. Hold on. I'm gonna go look and see if his garage is open. We are always like, Mr. Kessler. So yeah, it's a beautiful home. One day, y'all, one day. So we have 4 old graveyards, essentially. What's happening? What are they doing? Oh, they're having something here. Because there's tables and stuff set up. Interesting. No. Are you kidding me? He's a lot of money. I'm no money. Dude, they're having some kind of event, though. Because they've got tables and something. Oh, yeah, because I just want to be impelled. Oh, they're having some kind of to-do. Because look at all the tables. They're having some kind of event. Interesting. Oh. Yeah, they're having something. Could be. Definitely could be. Kind of cool, though. Could be Trey. I mean, you know, maybe it is Channing. Channing? That'd be quite the welcome for him, wouldn't it? So I'm in Savannah, Georgia. Currently, we have the movie May, December filming. Interesting. So yeah, if you've never followed me, tap that screen, follow me, come along for our adventures. I know you haven't. I'm very proud of you. So if you subscribe, you get access to special emojis. One of the emojis I did was Channing Tatum, because I love Channing Tatum. And he's supposed to be here in November filming on Tybee. And so I said, you can only use the Channing emoji if you actually see him. Good morning.
Hey, good morning.
Good, how are you? Good morning. Let's go take a break so I can rest my arm from this lovely. That's awesome. Thank you, Heather. Let's go stare at the Mercer Williams home. See if we see anything. Trey got jokes for days, don't he?
Stab.
I know, Trey is my intel that will know all. Now, Trey, if you see Miles Teller today, you better get me a picture. Let's chill and sit for a few minutes. I'm not holding my phone. I have a gimbal that someone in our amazing community actually gave me money for. Because we used to have so many trolls come and they would literally be like, you need a gimbal, do this. It became so overwhelming.
That whole area there, you ride the little bus to it. It's called the
So, you know what, Amy, you're exactly right. One day, that is exactly what's going to happen. Trey's going to be like, I saw Channing Tatum. And we're going to be like, no, you didn't, Trey. And Trey's really going to be like, I did. A gimbal. It's called Gimbal, G-I-M-B-L-E. And Trey's going to be like, and then the next day on all the pages, they're going to be like, Channing Tatum was here, blah, blah, blah. And Trey's going to be like, told you so. Dude, Channing Tatum's my man crush. There's your southern picture. Again, tap that screen, follow if you've never followed me before. We never know what adventures we'll get into, especially when walking around Savannah. There you go. Thanks for the follows, guys. So, do we need a recap of this house right here? This is what puts Savannah. This movie is one of the movies, besides Forrest Gump, that literally put Savannah on the map. He is supposed to be at the film festival tonight. So there has not been a sighting. Y'all, let me interact. This is what's going to happen with the phone if I see Miles Teller. It's Miles Teller! And y'all are going to go all over the place. I'm just giving you a heads up. That's what will happen if Channing Tatum, if I see Channing Tatum. Yep, this is the home for Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil. This house right here is the home of Jim Williams. It was built for the Mercer family, Johnny Mercer. However, no Mercer ever lived here. I'll tell it again. I always love to tell the story. Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil. The movie filming here right now is May, December. The SCAD Savannah Film Festival is happening right now. Miles Teller from the new Top Gun movie is here today or tonight. So anyway, so this home was built for the Mercer family. However, no Mercers actually lived here. Jim Williams actually bought this home, lived here. The story that came about, well, you're funny. The story that came about was a very dark one, and we ended up having a book written first, and then we had a movie. And this movie put Savannah on all kind of levels of the map. Now, the rumor is, well, unfortunately, I have other things I have to do besides camping out. Miles Teller was in, if you've seen the new Top Gun movie. So the movie the movie for Midnight actually doesn't tell the whole story. The book does a better job telling the story than the movie does. Movie's good entertainment, but Mr. Williams lived there. In the late 70s, he had an assistant named Danny Hansford. He and Danny was a gentleman as well. And the thing about the South, if you don't live in the South, one thing that is very true is that once a rumor begins about you, it's hard pressed to have the rumor go away. So much so that they say even today, you can tour the whole bottom floor. And they say that on the tour, if you ask one of two questions, you ask if Mr. Williams was really guilty, or you ask about paranormal, they will ask you to leave the tour. I don't know if that's 100% certain. If I can get money, like I will collect enough money to go in there and try that theory and see if I get kicked out. Anyway, but the story goes, Mr. Williams had this assistant, Danny Hansford. Now, in the late 70s, that's the rumor. Early 80s, same gender relationships were very much frowned upon. And it was rumored, and once that rumor started, there was no way to prevent it, that he and Danny were in a relationship. Mr. Williams was of a whole lot of money. Danny was known to be a troubled youth. He was only 21 when he died. So apparently one evening, and I realized y'all were flipped, so every time I point, I'm pointing in the wrong direction of what you're seeing. So Mr. Williams' library was, I believe it's your right side. So you see y'all see this bush? I'm gonna move my phone. Y'all see that bush? The window behind the bush was the library. And one evening, he and Danny apparently the story goes, got into this heated argument. Mr. Williams' account was that Danny lunged at him to harm him. Mr. Williams took his gun out of his desk and shot Danny. Now, here's where the story gets interesting. Instead of immediately calling 911 to get treatment, he allowed Danny to lay there for a few hours before calling 911. And unfortunately, the young man passed away. So that's where the story gets started. Mr. Williams is charged with the murder of Danny Hansford. Sorry, I was like, so there's a lot of movement in this square today, and I'm like watching people go by because I'm like, what if it's him? What if it's Miles Teller? That's why I keep pausing as people are walking by, because I'm kind of looking. Anyway, so he gets charged with the crime. He goes to trial, not one time like the movie shows. He actually went to trial, Mr. Williams, 4 separate times. First 2 times, he was found guilty. But the first time he was found guilty, information came forward after the fact that caused them not to be able to sentence him, and it eventually caused a mistrial. Second time, this was late 70s, early 80s. So, yay, Trey. Second time, he was found guilty again. Information came forward about a juror that, in return, they could not withhold the guilty verdict. Went to trial third time. Third time was a mistrial in the process of the actual trial. Fourth time, he was finally acquitted. As an attorney friend tells me, acquittal is not the same thing as being found innocent. He was acquitted of charges. He was never found innocent of charges. Mr. Williams came back to the home. And 6 months after the fact, in the exact spot that the argument happened and Danny unfortunately lost his life, Mr. Williams fell over and died of a heart attack, or a, quote, heart condition. Interesting. So people always say, was it revenge? Was it karma? What was it? Now, after the fact, after both were long and gone, the judge who sat on one of the trials said that first Mr. Williams was guilty as all get out, like he was guilty. But he said that Danny was trouble with a capital T. So, quote in the Savannah morning newspaper. Yeah, the movie is great entertainment. The movie does an okay job telling the story. The book is really good. And so, two things. We had Lady Chablis, who got lots of attention in that movie, used to perform at Club One, passed away. She used to visit these squares often. You would see her all out and about. And then you have the Bird Girl. The Bird Girl, actually, Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil, the Bird Girl was at Bonaventure Cemetery for the longest time. Unfortunately, people could not keep their hands to themselves, much like the Forrest Gump bench, and they had to do away with her. And she is now in the Telfair Museum over on Telfair Square. Which brings me to our 4 cemeteries. We have 4 original OG historical cemeteries. Yep, his sister, so Mr. Williams' sister lives on the top floor of that house where all the blinds are closed. His sister Dorothy lives there. So that brings me to the 4 cemeteries that we have in Savannah. The first cemetery, actual first burial ground, yeah, very sweet. First burial ground was Wright Square. So we had 4 squares back in the early 1800s. We had Johnson Square, we had Wright Square with a W, we had the Telfair Square, and we had Ellis Square. Those were our original 4 squares. In the Wright Square, that was our original burial ground. So that is where in the 1700s many were buried, including Tomachichi, one of the main Indians that helped founded Georgia. And so the burials took place there. Then they opened a cemetery, Colonial Cemetery. That's right down from the Basilica of St. John's. That was our second cemetery. It was also a mass burial ground for people with yellow fever. Then after that, they ran out of room. They opened what was called Laurel Grove Cemetery. That's the cemetery we were at on Sunday walking around. That is not really on the tourist path, but lots of historical people are buried there, like Juliet Gordon Lowe, James Pierpont, who wrote Jingle Bells. Who else? I'm trying to think who else. Oh, Florence Smartest, the Waving Girl. They're all buried there. Then they ran out of room there. The city purchased Bonaventure Cemetery, which is the cemetery that the vast majority of people who come to Savannah, that's the cemetery everybody goes to see. It's the prettiest. All right, so let's keep moving along. Questions before I mosey on. Yeah, I'm literally, so any guy that walks by that is like his height and has a baseball cap on, I'm like staring them down today. Well, Holly, you know what's interesting is it's so ingrained. Some of these stories are so ingrained in your brain that you never forget them. I'm like literally every time somebody about his age and stature walk by, I'm like just staring them down. Yeah, I have to think. Sometimes I'm like, okay, who's buried there? Who's not? Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, the paranormal, they love to do a lot of bumps in the night. I'm not disputing ghosts. Here's what I have to say. And I'm not disputing the paranormal. This is what I have to say. Yeah, we're indoctrinated with some of these stories from childhood up. But here's the thing. What I am saying is do your research. And what you're going to find is a lot of the stories they tell you are a little bit of truth, but mostly not. Waving Girl's name is Florence Martis. She's buried at Laurel Grove Cemetery. So the big statue on River Street, she's standing there waving. Yep. But that's the thing, is that there's itty bitty truth to it. So for instance, let's talk Gracie. Gracie's our most notable person, our most notable ghost, buried at Bonaventure Cemetery. People love to visit her every year. So here's what the truth is. Yes, her parents owned a hotel on Johnson Square. Yes, she was our original bellhop for all intents and purposes. She used to run cookies up to all the guests that her parents made. Yes, she used to play in Johnson Square. Yes, she died at 6 years old of pneumonia, and she was buried in her beautiful Easter dress. All of that is true. And when you go on the different tours of Bonaventure, they will tell you all of that. People claim that they hear little girls laughing and etc., etc. So is that true? But then you've got houses like 432 Abercorn. You have a house over in Washington Square that Jim Williams owned. And it's said that Jim Williams had an exorcism there because Jim Williams was a little eccentric. And they say that he had an exorcism performed in that house. But the owners who have owned that home for decades and decades say, look, there's no ghost here. There's no paranormal. 432 Abercorn, when you research the story they tell you, they all lived happy lives. Nobody died there of the story that they tell you. So that's why I always say, I'm not disputing the ghost. What I'm saying is do your research. Don't take that to be the gospel truth, if that makes sense. So that's why I always preface my live. That's not me. There's another Savannah streamer that does a lot of content, goes live like once a week. Her focus and fascination is the paranormal. My fascination with Savannah is the beauty, the history, like the Pulaski Monument. There's a replica of the Statue of Liberty up top, stars and stripes all the way down, eagle at the bottom. And like I said, Paul, I'm not disputing that, but each person has their own view and opinion. And my community is a place of welcoming all people, regardless of belief. And please don't get your info. Morning. One of the things I love about Savannah is you will see people biking, you'll see people walking, and they're just singing at the top of their lungs. They could care less that anybody hears them. So that's my thing, Paul. Everybody's welcome here, but I'm not someone who is going to sit and go, oh, I had this ghost experience. Oh, I had this, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Right, AKA. No, that's not what happened to Gracie. Gracie got pneumonia. You got to understand that time period was the time period of the yellow fever, malaria. Yeah, isn't it funny? It's so chilled, yet so crazy. I'll tell you, the trolleys are pretty popping for a random Tuesday, not Wednesday. This is a antique store. It was established in 1960. It's called Arthur Smith's Antiques. This is Bull Street. One of my top 5 recommendations when you come to Savannah is to walk Bull Street. You can start at City Hall or you can start at Forsyth Park and you walk. So if you're starting at City Hall, you're walking south. If you start at Forsyth Park, you're walking north, and visit our most popular squares. You've got Johnson, Wright, Chippewa, Madison, Monterey, Forsyth. Absolutely. Just email me. dayinthelifeofcorey@gmail.com is my email address. Look, I always say, here's my favorite hotels and my recommendation. The JW Marriott at Plant Riverside, one of the newest, I think is really cool. The vibe, I love it. Oh, yeah. So Reynolds Square, where the Pink House is, that was a burial ground for patients with malaria. Malaria, the way that when someone unalived from malaria, they would burn the bodies, wrap them up in cloth, and dispose of them in Reynolds Square. You have to also understand a lot of our squares were active battlegrounds. So when people passed from battle, sometimes they were just buried where they fell. Yeah. Oh, I hear a little doggy. Yep, so that was Bull Street. Now I'm walking down Jones Street. We're heading first from breakfast. I have a tour at... there's plenty of vibes to grab actual drinks. This is Savannah, Georgia, so if you've never followed me before, good morning. My name's Corey. I'm a local here in Savannah. I go live 7 mornings a week here in Savannah, Georgia, and 7 evenings a week from Back Porch Chat Time. If you've never followed me, tap that follow button. Come along for our daily adventures. TikTok friends, yes. At 11:30 today, I'm showing TikTok friends around. They're doing an admissions tour, so the thing about SCAD is they bus you everywhere. Anyway, so weather's beautiful. It's in the 60s. It's supposed to be 80 today. So if you've never followed me before, hit that follow button. You really never know what we're going to experience on a morning walk or in general. Look at Kim using all those emojis. I got to work on those today. Look how pretty. Like, oh, we're going to have probably a peach waffle, peach tea. Thanks for the follow, Sparkle. Well, so you got to remember, these used to be single standing homes. So it was all just one piece. Now they serve as almost 2 floors, top and bottom. They were built this way for a couple of reasons. They were built this way because of flooding. We don't get flooded that much. Good morning.
Good morning.
And then they were built this way as a lookout. A lot of your Confederate soldiers lived here. Your generals. Okay, Kim. They lived here. Yep. It is. It's so pretty. People always ask about breakfast. Clary's is a great breakfast place. Right here at the end of Jones Street. It is always crowded. Oh, that's cool, Holly. Thanks for the star, Tracy. So you got a tea house right here. Yopon's Tea and Apocryphy. So people always ask about property. I'm trying to look and see historically So like this one is $3.35 million. It's downtown, historic Savannah. I'm looking at addresses. Tybee Island is an $849,000 home. One just sold on the Habersham for $1.25. Yeah, they are, aren't they? Oh, it's so pretty today. That's why we're doing peach waffle and peach tea, so we can sit outside and enjoy the views. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, it's a beautiful place. Yeah, that was a real estate office. Right? So again, if you've never followed me before, hit that follow button. Come along for that journey. So here's the Low House. Then you've got the Hamilton Turner home, another one of my favorite homes. Oh yeah, humidity is a bear during the summer. You've got the Basilica of St. John's. We haven't been in there for a few days, so we'll have to go in. Yeah, we have amazing weather. Yes, it's hot during the summer. There's no way to get around that. Thanks for the subscription. Oh, we're at 22 subscriptions. That was my subscription first goal. Let's see how I reset it. Add new goal. So let's go to 50. There, we should stay there for a little while. Thanks for subscribing, you guys. Yeah, we go live 7 days this week. You just never know where. Everett, thanks. Or Yvette, thank you. We will go in the Basilica after breakfast. Oh no, it's crowded. People are at my table. Yeah. It's hopping because it's so pretty today. Look at it. Thanks for the cat. Miss Fireberg, thanks for the follow. Oh, it's 10 o'clock. Let's wait. So at the top of each hour, the bells go off. They usually go off like every 30 minutes too. We'll go in there after breakfast. Yeah, check out my Linktree link for more information. Yeah, we walk around all day, all morning. We're not done yet though. We're just making a break. 7 mornings a week. I know, right? Wouldn't that be funny? Thanks for the black hat. Let me put you guys facing down a little. Maybe. You guys are facing the floor because
Hi.
how are you?
Good. I saw you at Wagon Week.
Did
I
you?
don't know if you saw me.
That was crazy.
It was at the Wiener Dog races.
Oh, but they were so fun.
Yeah. I put my dog in it, but he got last place.
Oh,
He did not know what to do.
he was not wanting to cooperate.
He didn't understand.
Hello.
Hello.
Sorry, my phone making weird noises.
You're
Can
all
I get
good.
a peach waffle,
Yes.
a side of bacon, and a peach tea extra sweet?
Of course.
Thank you.
And it's with a K, right?
It is. Yep.
Okay. I was misspelling it for the longest time.
Look, I've spent 44 years. Nobody ever spells it right. I get used to it after a while.
It's gonna be $15.25.
This is a tap. Probably not a tapper.
Alrighty, I'll let you finish out here.
Thank you.
Of course. Alright, we'll have that ready.
Thanks so much.
Hello. Can I get an ice level downstairs?
Excuse me. Sorry. We're gonna go get a table and we'll set you guys up. Sorry, excuse me. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Amber?
Totally gonna steal y'all's table
Oh,
since
that's
you're
all
leaving. All right. Got the peach tea. The best, literally best peach tea around. They do.
Lisa?
Yes, that is the church we saw that wedding in at like 9 a.m. Can you imagine? Oh, thanks, Angeline, for the subscription. Can you imagine your wedding at 9 a.m.? Like, what time do you even start getting ready? Yeah. So I got peach tea. We got a peach waffle and bacon coming up. Good morning. Yeah, but unfortunately, Sparkle, in order to get married there, usually they do them on a Saturday. They're going to do them bright and early at like 9 a.m. Yep, we're waiting. But yeah, good morning, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If we haven't met, my name's Corey. I am a local here in Savannah, Georgia. I go live 7 mornings a week around Savannah. We go to Tybee, we go all kind of places. You just never really know where we might end up. I started this adventure to lose weight. We're down over 90 pounds and we just have a ball doing it. So if you've never followed me before, hit that follow button. We hit 14,000 followers on Sunday, which is amazing. So if you've never come on our adventures, we never know where we're gonna go. We never know what we're gonna do. It's always an adventure. Thanks, Debbie, for the follow. Next week we'll be at Disney, so that will be fun. And yes, I will be bringing you guys along.
Leo?
So what we're gonna do is eat breakfast and then we're gonna go into the Basilica and let you guys see and look around, which will be fun. Thanks, Racer. I'm right. Talking 6 a.m. That'd be insanity. There is. So we have Tybee Island, which is about 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes from here, depending on traffic. That's one of the great things about Savannah. You've got all of this beauty and historical, and then you've got Tybee, you've got the beach. So you have so much going on. Have not seen anything extra going along around with the movies. It's been super quiet. Oh. Jekyll Island is about an hour and a half from here. Hello. Yeah, Jekyll Island's a real place. It's an island about an hour and a half to 2 hours from here. It's a beach.
Rachel?
It is a real place. Yeah. It's a town. It's in Brunswick, outside of Brunswick. It is a real place.
Corey?
I'll be right back, guys. No, there's cars on Jekyll. There are definitely cars. All right. Let's flip the camera. Let's look at breakfast. Hold up, let me put you down some. All right, so first we have bacon. Yum. Oh, it smells so good, that bacon. And then we have the infamous peach waffle. The waffle of champions. Y'all, that whipped cream almost just went like kapunk. They hooked me up here. Hey, they hooked me up here. They're very kind to me here.
Lisa?
Thanks for the rose. We are at Maribel's Maribel's shop. Maribel's Cafe. Got my peach tea as always. We're gonna eat, go in the Basilica. That'll be fun. A few minutes. So good. Peach tea, peach waffle, and bacon for breakfast. I don't know. Oh, it's your birthday, PJ? That's awesome. Happy birthday. I'll eat a peach waffle for you. So let's talk about the cathedral a little. The cathedral was built in the 1800s. It actually caught fire one evening when another fire was going on. So the fire department, unfortunately, late 1800s couldn't come put this fire out. They redid it, reopened like 1901, 1899, right around there, reopened. They did a renovation back in 2000, and it's been the same since. Happy birthday to you. They always have jamming music playing, don't they? Good morning, Chris. Hope you're well. We're having a breakfast stop, and then we are going to go into Basilica, and then it'll be about time to say goodbye to all our company, because I have a tour that I have to do where I show some friends around at 11:30. Awesome. Yes, ma'am. Happy birthday. I'm good, Chris. Chris, I'm heading to your neck of the woods next week. Yep, I'll be down there Monday through Thursday next week. Kirk and I are doing a firework dessert thing we got tickets for. We are going to go in it. Thanks for the follow, Quad. Absolutely. Oh, yeah. I will be doing lives every day, just like normal. The only thing that will be different, KM, is on Monday morning. Oh, yeah, I love birds. On Monday morning, I'll be driving down, so we'll have a later live. Awesome, awesome.
Brandon?
be roaming all over, so I will definitely say hello if I see you out and about. Y'all know I can't go a whole week and not stream you guys. That'd be crazy. Peach waffle and bacon, peach tea. That sounds good, Alyssa.
Alright, carry on.
So yeah, next week will be an adventure. A change of an adventure. It'll be fun. In Savannah, no, we don't have an amusement park. However, in the square, there's a house that Walt Disney actually sat and sketched and used some of its elements for Haunted Mansion. It was incredibly busy.
Tim?
Oh, awesome. Yeah, I'm gonna be at Magic Kingdom both days. Yeah, I'm only doing 2 days in the park. Tuesday and Wednesday. Wednesday I've got plans with Kirk. Part of the evening. And I'll just be walking all over. So you never know where you'll find me. Kirk is Walrus Kark, who is a Disney streamer that I'm friends with. He is one that had helped me substantially do this crazy life of streaming. Awesome. Yeah, might see you around. Say
Brandon?
hello. I move quick, so. As of right now, that is my plan. Tuesdays to go to Magic Kingdom. Things are always subject to change, but yeah. Oh, that's
Tim?
fun. That's fun, Dollywood. Alright, let's finish my tea. Yep, so November 1st, they should have it up. We'll see. Oh, is that who that is? I didn't know that. Swifties. Alright, let's rock and roll. No. Busch Gardens is all the way down in Tampa. I am a Disney person. I'm not a Universal person. I am not a SeaWorld person or anything like that. I am a Disney person. Ugh. All right, let's go, folks. It is busy. Super busy over here. Yep, y'all hold hands because I'm darting across the street, hoping that trolley will stop. Oh, you're fine. You're good. Yep, if there's a red sign out, you can't.
If there's what?
A red sign. You can attend the mass too. They don't care. I'm not Catholic and I've attended mass here many times. They're really cool to come to. It'll be right there where that white sign was. Yes, ma'am. Excuse me. It is a beautiful church. It is. It's stunning here. Excuse me. That's awesome. Be sure to say hello if you're out. So we've been lucky enough sometimes to come in and the choir's practicing or the organs are playing. It's beautiful. It's one of the top 5 biggest cathedrals in the country. This is the Basilica at St. John's, and in order to get the name of the basilica, the Pope has to give that to you. I learned that too. Oop, wrong way. So he said, on average, they have between 1,000 to 1,500 visitors in here a day. if they're having a service or something like that. You know, it'll be closed if they're having a funeral. This is an active church. Like, it is a practicing church, so they can have all kind of stuff going on. Oh, that's cool. I know, the stained glass is amazing. Some of it's from Germany. The ceilings are amazing. But I'm gonna tell you what, I mean, I know we joke about the people having to get married. They get married at 9 a.m. It's pretty dang cute, pretty in here. Good morning. They do. Good morning. Yeah, and they have a variety of events that happen at Christmas too. So we got the Christmas at Cathedral, December 18th. Oh yeah, I have a video that's on my YouTube. If you're not subscribed to my YouTube, head over there. I post. I've got to do better though. But just always, I tell people, be cognizant of the sign out front. If it's a red sign, that means something is going on, whether that is a wedding, a funeral, or a service. So they have Sunday the 30th, the Vienna's Boy Choir will be here. So that should be quite lovely. It would be pretty. They do a multitude of services on Christmas. Like a multitude. So yeah, beautiful day. Yep. Got the Low House over there. We're in Lafayette Square, one of the 22 squares here in Savannah. So another fantastic day. Woohoo! Another fantastic day here in Savannah. as always. Yep, we are about done for the day. Don't forget, I am live at night from about 5:30-ish to 7-ish. As always, sit here and enjoy the view for just a few more minutes. And then I'm going to head out because I am going to go show some of our TikTok friends around to enjoy the view. I'm telling you, I'm going to drive a golf cart around and give tours. That would be legit. Always. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, share, share, share. Enjoy the view. Have a great morning. I will talk to you guys soon. See you guys later. Bye.